All right, let's dive in. This time we're tackling something really unique. It's a Romanian song.
Oh, wow.
Roluri, unghiuri, între, bibliotecă, stil, asumat și perete, a eului drama, încearcă, Delirium.
Called Delir.
Delir.
By Radu Lucian Alexandru.
Okay.
And the music is by AI Suno.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we've got both the lyrics and a transcript for this one.
Interesting. So we're getting like a double dose of insight here.
Exactly. It's like having, a backstage pass to the whole creative process. We can see the words on the page, and then we hear how they come to life in the song.
Yeah, that's a cool perspective.
And from what I'm seeing, we're...
Se poate, totul e posibil. Chiar și un delir.
From what I'm seeing, we're dealing with some pretty intense themes here. Delirium, poetry, that kind of blurry space where the two meet.
I see.
And even the language itself is full of vivid imagery, geometric shapes, accusations, and this phrase that keeps popping up, existed delir.
Which means?
There is delirium.
That repetition right off the bat, it's like unsettling.
Right.
But almost like a thought you just can't shake off.
Yeah.
But, let's start at the very beginning with the title Delir. Delira. So we know delir is delirium.
Right.
But delira, that means of lyre, the instrument of poetry. What do you make of that connection?
It's like the title itself is already playing with our minds.
Yeah.
Is poetry the cause of the delirium? Or is it a type of delirium? Or could it even be like an escape from delirium?
It's fascinating, isn't it, that ambiguity? It pulls you in. For me, delira, it suggests maybe a source of the delirium, the very act of poetic creation,
I see.
like diving deep into your own mind,
Right.
where the lines between reality and imagination, they get all blurred.
Okay, yeah.
Roluri, unghiuri, între, bibliotecă, stil, asumat și perete, a eului drama, încearcă, Delirium. Anxietate, răspuns, confuzie, clar, un amestec, filme, ziare, muzică, jazz, psihanaliză, cu tabloul la cap, atentă-i la delir. Domnișoarele, prostituate, vinovate, că au geometrice, forme, plasate, ontologic, bărbat, decăzute-s, să tragem perdeaua că există delir.
I'm starting to see where this is going.
Yeah.
And that brings us to one of the most striking lines in the whole song, I think.
Which one?
Domnișoarele, prostituate, vinovate, că sunt geometrice form.
The prostitutes, guilty of having geometric form.
Yeah. I mean, that's not something you encounter every day.
No, definitely not.
What's your take on that? What's going on there?
It's a powerful line, like a punch to the gut.
It is.
And I think it's meant to be. Remember, we're in the realm of delirium here.
Right.
Perceptions are distorted. So those geometric forms, it could be a metaphor for how society, especially within a patriarchal structure, imposes these rigid expectations.
Okay.
Labels on women.
So it's not about their literal shapes.
No.
But about how they're being perceived, judged.
Exactly.
Within this societal framework.
It's like society is forcing these women into these predefined boxes, literally and figuratively.
Right, yeah.
And that accusation of guilt, it suggests entrapment. Like they're being punished just for existing within those forms.
Wow. That's a really powerful interpretation.
It's heavy stuff.
It is. There's also that mention of ontological placement beneath man.
Oh, good catch. You're really paying attention to the details here. Ontological basically refers to like the nature of being, the essence of something. So when the lyrics talk about these prostitutes being placed ontologically beneath man, it's highlighting a power dynamic. where women are seen as inherently, like, lesser.
I see. So it's not just about societal expectations. It's deeper than that.
Yeah. It's a fundamental belief system that puts women in a position of less power.
Right. And remember, we're looking at all of this through the lens of delirium.
Exactly.
So it's a distorted reality.
It's a distorted, potentially exaggerated version of reality. It's like looking at the world through like a, a cracked mirror. Everything's fragmented, out of place.
Noi deliric vorbitam. Noi deliric vorbitam. Noi deliric vorbitam. Noi deliric vorbitam. Eu delir, ea deliră, noi deliric vorbitam. Corelată-i, sensibilă la critică, perioada academică luată în întrebări, tăcere ascultă sau numai delirium.
Gives you a new perspective on how societal norms, power dynamics, all of that can be warped in a delirious state.
Absolutely.
And speaking of warped, the music itself has this jazzy, almost chaotic feel to it.
That's a fantastic observation. It's something we need to explore further because the music, it's not just a backdrop.
Right.
It's playing a crucial role in creating that feeling of unease, disorientation that just permeates the entire song.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Me too.
Let's break down those musical elements.
Okay, let's do it.
In our next segment.
Amestec, filme, ziare, muzică, jazz, psihanaliză, cu tabloul la cap, atentă-i la delir. Domnișoarele, prostituate, vinovate, că au geometrice, forme, plasate, ontologic, bărbat, decăzute-s, să tragem perdeaua că există Delir.
So you were saying about the music.
Oh, yeah.
That jazzy, almost chaotic feel.
It's like the music itself is going through delirium. Right alongside the lyrics.
Right.
And it's not just about the genre. It's like the specific choices in the music that amplify that feeling.
Right.
For example, the use of dissonant chords.
Yeah.
It creates this tension and unease.
Right.
It's like your ears are being pulled in different directions, mirroring those fragmented thoughts and distorted perception
Absolutely.
of delirium.
And then there's the tempo, too. It's constantly shifting, speeding up, slowing down. You never quite know what's coming next.
Right. It's like a racing heartbeat.
Yes.
Or a mind.
Yeah.
That's struggling to keep up with its own thoughts.
Exactly.
It's so clever how all these musical elements work together to create that emotional experience.
Yeah.
For the listener, you don't just hear the delirium.
Right.
You feel it.
In your gut.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this song, I think, so brilliant. It's not just telling you a story. It's like immersing you in a state.
Right. You're
not just an observer.
Yeah.
You're a participant in this journey through delirium.
It reminds me of those virtual reality experiences.
Oh, interesting.
Where they throw you into this completely different world.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
But here, it's your mind that's being transported.
Right.
By the music and the lyrics.
It's like a virtual reality for your mind.
Yes.
And just like with VR, you start to question your perception of what's real, what's imagined.
I'm feeling a little delirious just talking about it.
I know, right?
But let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the song's structure.
Okay.
You've got this recurring pre-chorus and chorus.
Yeah.
Almost like a mantra that keeps repeating that idea. Exist in the Lyre. There is delirium.
It's hypnotic, isn't it?
It is. It's like you're stuck in this loop.
Yeah.
Going round and round. And then there's that bridge section.
Right.
Where we hear about a hypothesis being validated and correlated. What do you think that hypothesis might be?
That's a great question. It could be the hypothesis of delirium itself.
Okay.
The idea that this state of mind actually exists It's not just made up. Or it could be the hypothesis that poetry,
yes,
like we talked about earlier, can be a source of delirium, a way of accessing those hidden, chaotic parts of ourselves.
Ooh, I like that. It ties back to the title, right?
Exactly.
So delirium.
Yeah.
It's like the artist is doing an experiment with the song to test out this hypothesis.
And we, the listeners, we're part of that experiment. We're being exposed to this potent mix of lyrics, music, imagery. And it's up to us to decide, do we accept the hypothesis or not?
I'm starting to lean towards accepting it, but before we reach our verdict, there's one last piece of the puzzle.
Which is?
The outro.
It's like sudden shift.
Yeah.
In tone, it becomes more personal, introspective.
Right.
And then there's that line, I delir is delira noa deliric vorbitam. Deliric.
Oh, I love that line.
It's roughly translated as, me of lyre, she of lyre, we of lyric spoke, delirically.
Delirically. It's so clever. It's like the culmination of everything we've been talking about.
Right.
That poetry and delirium, they're intertwined.
Yeah.
And that word deliric, it's like he invented a new word.
He did.
To capture this fusion.
It's a whole new language to understand this unique state of being. We've really gotten to the core of delira.
Yeah.
But I still feel like there's so much more to think about. This song, it's tapping into something bigger.
I think one of the most fascinating things about it is how it makes us rethink how we see delirium.
Yeah.
It's not just like a medical condition or a state of confusion. It's more like a heightened awareness, a different way of experiencing things. It's like it's asking, what if those moments of delirium, those are actually glimpses into another reality? Yeah. And then you start to wonder how often we just dismiss these experiences, the ones that don't fit into our neat little definition of normal.
All the time, I think. And, throughout history, you've got artists, writers, even scientists who've talked about these moments of inspiration, breakthroughs. That could be seen as, delirious.
Right.
Sudden insights, unexpected connections.
Yeah, those aha moments.
What if, instead of being afraid of them, we actually need them?
Okay, yeah.
For creativity, for innovation.
So maybe instead of trying to, suppress those experiences, control them.
Right.
We should embrace them, explore them, see where they lead us.
It's like Delir is giving us permission to be messy, to be chaotic, to be unconventional.
I like that.
And I think on a broader scale, this connects to how art can shake things up.
Yeah.
Disrupt the status quo. This song, it pushes us out of our comfort zone, makes us confront our fear of the unknown, question those boundaries we put around mental states, like what is sane, what is delirious.
It's reminding us that there's so much we still don't get about the human mind, and that those unexplored parts, they could hold incredible potential.
Like we're being invited to go on an adventure.
Yes.
To step into those spaces where the lines blur between sanity and delirium, reality and imagination. Who knows what we might find there?
That's a really great point. And I think that's the most important thing we take away from Delira.
What do you mean?
It's not about finding all the answers. It's about asking the right questions, opening ourselves up to new possibilities, new ways of seeing, being in the world.
You said that beautifully. I think that's exactly it. It's a call to embrace the ambiguity, the complexity, to challenge our assumptions, to dive into the unknown, to find that beauty in the unexpected.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And if this deep dive has sparked something in you, I really encourage you to seek out Delir.
Definitely.
Experience it for yourself. Let the music, wash over you. Let those lyrics challenge you. See where it takes you.
It's a journey worth taking.
That's it for our deep dive today. But the exploration doesn't end here. Keep questioning, keep seeking.
Keep exploring.
And keep embracing this wild, wonderful ride of being human. Thanks for joining us.
bibliotecă, în stil asumat și perete aerului drama încearcă Delirium. Anxietate, răspuns, confuzie, clar, un amestec, filme, ziare, muzică, jazz, psihanaliză, cu tabloul la cap, atentă-i la delir. Domnișoarele, prostituate, vinovate, că au geometrice, forme, plasate, ontologic, bărbat, decăzute-s, da, să tragem perdeaua că există delir. Noi de liric vorbitam. Noi de liric vorbitam. Noi de liric vorbitam. Noi de liric vorbitam.